Quite Honestly by John Mortimer. Read by Beth Goddard and Marc Warren. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to do some sort of good in the world. I used to have a boyfriend, Jason, who laughed at me and called me a do-gooder. I don't know what he wanted. A do-badder? Anyway, I got tired of being laughed at and Jason and I split up, which I did regret because I found him rather attractive and quite funny at times. But I didn't know why he was so irritated by my ambition to do a bit of good in the world. I ought to introduce myself. I'm always called Lucy, but I was born Lucinda Purefoy. Oh, and I'd better tell you this right away. When I was young, my father was a vicar in a big North London parish, and Mum always said that he'd been spotted as having bishop potential. She was right, and Dad got made the bishop of a large chunk of Surrey in Hampshire. He gets into the papers quite a lot because he can't see what's wrong with gay marriages if that's what people want. He's extremely tolerant and told me I must make my own mind up about God. I have to admit that I haven't got round to doing it yet. Probably that's because I'm always kept pretty busy. I don't want to boast, but I did manage to get 4 decent A-levels, which took me to uni, Manchester actually, where I got interested in crime and the causes of crime. These I put down to poverty, a failing system of education, and the false values of a monetarist society. At the time, I hadn't even met a criminal. After my degree and work experience at The Guardian, I really longed to do some good in the world. I'd had a lot of privileges, and I felt that I had to repay my debt to society. But I really had no idea how to do it until I'd heard about Praeceptors and met Terry Keegan. I first heard about Praeceptors from my old school friend Deirdre Bunnage. I hadn't long left uni when I bumped into her in the bar of the Close-Up Club in Soho. My then boyfriend Tom was very keen on getting into television, so he joined the Close-Up and we hung out there in the hope of meeting someone in a TV company who'd give him a job. Most of the people we met were also hanging out in the faint hope of meeting someone from a TV company with a job to offer, so Tom wasn't getting very far. I was sitting with him at the bar making a glass of white wine last a long time when Deirdre came over. "I suppose your life seems pretty empty since you finished at Manchester," she said. She was wearing that sort of surprised smile which I always found annoying. The fact that she was accompanied by someone she introduced as a well-known rap artist added considerably to my irritation. "It's not empty at all," I told her. "Not altogether, truthfully." I told her I'd had the offer of a PA job with an advertising agency, and I really wanted to do some sort of good in the world. To my surprise, Deirdre seemed genuinely delighted by my do-gooding intentions. "That's wonderful, Lucy. You're a perfect candidate for scrap." For what? Her suggestion didn't sound entirely complimentary. "Scrap. I've joined, and it's fascinating. You befriend young criminals fresh out of prison, help them lead an honest life. You'd be perfect at it." "Why is it called scrap?" "Social carers, reformers, and preceptors. You know what a preceptor is, don't you? Don't you remember any Latin from school? Anyway, we've got to go. Come on, Ishmael." With that, Deirdre went off with her rap artist, who turned out in the fullness of time not to be a rap artist at all. And, in the fullness of time, I rang the office of Scrap near to King's Cross Station on the off chance that I might be able to do some sort of good in the world. The large, grey-haired man with brown appealing eyes and a crumpled suit swung gently in his office chair. He was Orlando Wathen, criminologist and chairman of Scrap, giving me the once-over when I applied to be a preceptor. Why do they go on doing it? They've been to detention centres, youth custody, prison when they're 17 or over. Put them inside for however long you want and they just come out and do it again. Why can't they ever stop? Have you any ideas on the subject? Poverty, I suggested, remembering my essays from Manchester. Lack of education, the corruption of the monetarist society? No, none of that. Some of these lads come from quite decent homes. They could hold down a reasonable job. Mr. Wathen looked up at me appealingly. Perhaps
Sample complete. Ready to continue?